Hello, 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 dreamers. PERLA here. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. So this is the Zodiac Weekly Messages. This video will be timestamped. Where's that coming from? So let's jump right on in. We have Aries. Aries, there's a decision that you have to make in an area of your life that spirit is basically it's like either you choose or it's being chosen for you. Whether this is a relationship, whether this is work related, there's something that you keep going back and forth about. And spirit is like, okay, not making a choice is a choice. You thinking that you're gonna slide through this and like not make a decision. Guess what? That in itself is a decision, and that is like the spirit is taking it as like, okay, you don't want to make a choice, so I'm gonna make the best choice for you. And you may not like it the way that it's going to go down. So just kind of be aware of that. And when I say you might not like it is because it's going to put you like in a challenging situation where you are gonna have no choice but to like move forward whether you want to or not. So if this is in regards to like a relationship, whether you've been like questioning whether to stay in a relationship or to walk away, spirit is going to remove this person out of like there is either like this person is going to be completely removed or this person is going to betray you in such a way that you're going to have no choice but to walk away. Again, this is coming through for those of you that have already have the hint or have the feeling or have the whatever about moving in a very specific direction or a specific path, and you have been holding yourself hostage by not moving forward, and spirit is now stepping in and saying like, okay, you think that you're just going to sit here and not make a choice about this. No worries, I got your answer. Here it is. This is what is best for you. And again, it's going to be challenging, especially like if there's a dynamic of like somebody moving out or something of that matter. Like you're going to have to figure things out very quickly with how fast this energy is moving. Okay. So it does very much feels like a big tower moment, but there is a lot of growth that is going to come from this tower moment. And for some of you, it may be just something very simple. It may be something not as big, but it's still something that you are undecided with. So like, let's say maybe you are questioning whether to go vegan or go vegetarian. And, for whatever the reason is, this season, spirit wants you to be vegan or spirit wants you to be vegetarian, right? Whatever it is. And you keep on saying, no, I'm going to start, I'm going to start, I'm going to start. And then all of a sudden, every time you eat any animal products, you start to get sick. You start to feel sick. You can't cook it. You can't smell it, etc., etc. It's almost kind of like that type of energy, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card as your closing message. All righty. Birds of a feather, number 25. When I think of birds of a feather is like, getting in line or being with individuals that are in the same frequency or the same alignment. So again, you have been working or you've been wanting to go in a certain direction, whether it is in your personal life, financially, whatever it is. And now spirit is putting you in that position to go ahead and be in that space. But in order for that to happen, something has to end. Some type of foundation has to crumble down in order to allow you to finally align with this energy. Okay. Taurus. Taurus, you have some good wins happening this week, but I see you being like I see you retrieving. Um, so a lot of you are not sharing whatever this big news is with anybody. You're wanting to sit in this good news for a while, whether it's by yourself or with one specific person, like savoring this, celebrating this. For some of you, this is an unexpected, unplanned pregnancy, and congratulations, because I do see you being very happy. You're very excited about this. Again, it was not something that you were planning for. It wasn't something that for some of you, this is coming in after a couple of on unsuccessful like IVF treatment or unsuccessful trying to get pregnant, whatever it is. So again, you may have quote unquote like either given up or were taking a break or something of that matter. But whatever it was that you stopped to actively try to gain or get is like the minute that you step away from it, it comes through, and then you're savoring the news or you're savoring that space. For others of you, is there's something major here. Something is shifting in a very big way. So this could be like reaching your goal way. This can be buying a new house, buying a new car, something major that you're wanting to celebrate, very intimate before you share it with the rest of the world, or if you even choose to share it with the rest of the world. For some of you, I'm going to be completely honest with you, you're going to wait a good, like, or you should be waiting at least a good 2 to 3 months before you share this with the rest of the world. Allow the energy to kind of land before you make something known or something into like a big announcement type of space. So overall, this is a very good week, a very celebratory week for you guys, and just embrace it. Just embrace it. Um, all right, so let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card for you guys for your closing message. I really do love this energy. um Willing release. Again, something is coming in after you've taken a break from it, or after you kind of was like, okay, if this is meant to happen, it's going to happen. I'm going to stop forcing it. Again, I do keep on picking up the whole pregnancy energy here. For others of you, again, maybe you were looking at houses, you couldn't find what you wanted. Maybe you're having issues with like securing a loan or whatever it is, and all of a sudden it's like this month your credit score went up like 100 and something points, and now all of a sudden you move into that bracket of the loan that you actually want. It's something of that matter. Something shifts the minute that you stop trying to force it. Gemini. Oh, Gemini, what is this? Why is somebody, I don't know, be aware of people from your past trying to sneak their way back into your life. Whether these are exes or ex-friends, ex-lovers or whatever it is, there's people from your past trying to come back in. They feel like they still have a chance with you, or they have a chance at you. Like, I don't like this energy. I'm gonna be completely honest. It feels very sneaky. It feels very like opportunist. What is it? Oh my God, opportunist. Is that the word? I think that's the word. Like somebody that wants to come in and like take advantage, or they feel like there's an opportunity that they can get as long as they're close to you. And excuse me, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I've been recording like nonstop for the last few days because I will be unavailable for a couple of weeks to record. So just bear with me. So yeah, there is a sense here of, you know, you needing to be aware, and needing to be mm, and needing to know how to handle, or be aware how to handle a situation with someone from your past trying to come forward, or someone from your past trying to gain access back to you. There's somebody here that feels like they've lost, or that it's not fair that you got something, or it's not fair that you you got what you wanted, or something of that matter. So this can be like after a divorce, or after some type of like court case, or something of that matter. So there is somebody from your past trying to get back into your good graces. I will, I will tell you to be aware of the energy, because I feel that this person is just coming in to see what they can get out of you, even if the only thing they can get out of you is triggering you into a space that you're no longer in. We have the number 7, and it's a deep breath. So again, make sure that you're grounded within yourself. I love that saying, control your breath, control your life. Not allowing anybody to trigger you to a point where you lose control of yourself, you lose control of your behavior. Stay very grounded as you're dealing with this person, with this individual. Look how beautiful that card is. And remember that you are in control of how it is that you move through this world. Cancer, there's something here with you guys about like ancient Egypt, or something about like Egyptian history, Egyptian magic that keeps on coming up. There is a tie here, or a lineage, some type of blood lineage that has to do with Egyptian magic, or Egyptian spirituality, Egyptian practices. Um, Maybe you're having dreams with like a pharaoh, like one specific pharaoh, or something of that matter. So what I want to say in regards to that is to really pay attention to those dreams. Some of you are being invited or being asked to like learn hieroglyphics, learn more about like the Egyptian history, especially the mystical parts of it. There's something there again tied to your own spirituality. So for those of you that have been having those types of dreams, or those types of vision, or you feel like all you come across is that, it is because you're being drawn, or you're being pulled into that specific area, at least during the season of your spiritual journey. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be something that is going to be forever, right? Also paying attention to like the gods and goddesses of ancient Egypt as well, maybe coming through for those of you that this message is going to resonate. Other than that, when it comes to like, oh, that's what is happening, okay, so I feel that there is a specific like god or goddess that from ancient Egypt that normally comes up when you are and it's like for different things. Like you have one that's like, you may have a specific god that comes up whenever you have any challenges, and then you may have a specific goddess that comes up when you are dealing with like your finances, with your career, and then you have another one that comes up when you're dealing with like love and all of this stuff. But they're all interconnected, obviously, but they're also all from ancient Egypt. So learning, if you choose to, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you choose to learn more about that, definitely doing some research and definitely diving in a little deeper, because these energies, these goddesses and gods want to have a deeper connection with you. And again, we don't judge here. Everybody has the free will to believe and follow whatever it is that they want to do within their spiritual path. So if you are religious, or you're just spiritual, you're just, curious, or whatever it is, you make your own discernment. You have your own discernment as to what it is that you choose to follow. Okay. So we have the bearing fruit, number 12. So there is definitely an essence here, or a space here, where there's something here that is there for you. There is like, there's some type of assistance, there's some type of relationship, there's something here beautiful that wants to be created. And if you want to take part of it, then go down that road, my love. Leos. All right, Leos, there seems to be a lot of passage passages. Why is it coming in like that? There seems to be a lot of path opening up, or a lot of doors opening up for you simultaneously. There are things that you were waiting for, things that you were wondering how they were going to come to pass, or how something was going to be resolved, or how something was going to work in your favor, etc. And it's like spirit is opening all these doors for you. It's like, you wanted this, here you go. You wanted your finances fixed, here you go. You wanted your romantic life fixed, here you go. You wanted to get back in shape, here you go. And it's like all of these doors are opening. And what is beautiful about this energy is that they're either coming in through forms of downloads of things that you should be doing, or things that you should be implementing. And for others of you, this is coming in through direct link or connections to other people that are there to help facilitate these spaces for you. So how does that look? Like, if this is in regards to like your career or your business, you're connecting with individuals who are able to help you evolve and grow, or spread the word, or help you network when it comes to your career, to your business, etc. When it comes to love, this can be getting closer, moving closer, being closer to your significant other, to the person that you're talking to or dealing with. When it comes to like working out, it's like finding the perfect personal trainer that is within your budget, or finding the perfect like workout routine, or whatever it is, right? But there is like everything being crystal clear for you, so that there is no guessing game. There is no guessing anymore as to how it is that all of these things can be possible for you. Because remember, it is not about sitting down and just waiting for everything to just pour onto you, in a sense, right? It is about realizing that opportunities are all around us to achieve the things that we want to achieve. But a lot of the times we overcomplicate things by trying to overanalyze them, instead of realizing that spirit is like, okay, you want to network more? Here, boom. They'll put somebody right in front of you that it's like, hey, I have A, B, C, and D coming up. You want to come? And instead of going down this road, like, I'm like, oh my God, do I have the time? Do I have the money? Do I have this? Say yes. Learn to say yes. When spirit puts someone in front of you to help you facilitate something, trust me, even if you don't have the money for it, the fucking money for it is going to come. And I'm going to share like a quick little story. There were many years ago, I wanted to go to a specific plant ceremony years ago. And I had never done one. I had never been to one. And I had heard about them for years, for years, for years. And I was finally ready to go. Like, I was feeling called to go. And I remember when I spoke and I signed up and all of these things and I paid the deposit, I was like, I have no idea where the heck the money for this is going to come. And even like a week before, I was still sure a lot of money for this weekend retreat. And I remember being like, you know what? If worse comes to worse, if I'm not meant to go, I'm not going to go. And 3 days before I had to leave for the retreat, the money came in. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, are you freaking kidding me? So I want you to start looking at life in that place. Spirit always, when he puts things in a life, because when spirit puts things, and I correct myself, because not everybody connects with spirit as a male energy. Sometimes I say he, sometimes I say she, depending on the reading itself, or how it is that I'm connecting, if that makes sense. Anyways, when spirit puts something in your heart, is because you're given the outline or the blueprint of how it is that you're going to make that happen. All right. So let's go ahead and let's say body and soul, number 5. That connection, that, and here we have quieting the mind, quieting the mind. And a lot of you really have to get into the space where you just learn to listen and to be obedient with where it is the spirit is trying to guide you. Virgo, as soon as I tapped into your energy, my left ear started going off the charts, like itching like fucking crazy. So I keep on picking up this energy of like your name is being heard everywhere. Like somebody is talking somebody's either talking about you, somebody's promoting you, somebody's celebrating you, and it's very openly and very loud. So this might be at work, this might be in your personal life, business, whatever, but somebody is celebrating some type of achievement or something of that way. Like you're you're being recognized within your field, you're being recognized within a relationship, you're being recognized within your family. Is something big. And again, I keep on hearing it, like even people that didn't even know who you were, even people that didn't even know that you existed, are even hearing your name, are hearing your name, hearing what it is that you do, and hearing how detailed and how, yeah, how detailed and how much dignity you bring into some type of work, whether this is a excuse me, whether this is spiritual work or not. There's something about there's something about the way that you create something, or the way that you hold the space for something, whether again, whether it's a spiritual practice or whether is a practical thing, it doesn't matter. But there's something here about you being recognized, like in spaces that you've never even been, like in rooms that you have never even visited, by people that you have never met. As I am saying that, I am going to remind you to not let success get to your head. um and what do I mean by that? Do not let the success change like who you are genuinely. Do not let the success change who you are at heart. um but also be aware that you do not allow people to take advantage of you. And this is, I think, this is the reason why it's coming in. Like, don't allow it to get to your head. Because I feel like in the past, when you've had success in a specific area, you automatically go into the space where you want to help everyone you can, when you want to be there for everyone that you can. And then people end up stabbing you in the back, or people end up betraying you and hurting you after you've helped them. And you may have told yourself, oh, next time I reach this level of success, I'm not going to help anybody. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, don't go into that. Go into the space of, instead of having discernment as to who it is that you can help and who it is that does not deserve your help. Okay. All right. And give me a closing message for Virgo. This is the card I wanted to flip. Seeing Beyond, number 36. And we also have at the bottom of the deck a higher view, and they do go hand in hand. Again, there is a success here that is happening. It is happening very quickly, almost happens like overnight. And by the time you are aware of how big something has gotten, or how much success something has gotten, it's blown up type of thing. It's almost kind of like, and I'm not saying that it is, but it's an example of like a video or something going viral. Okay. All righty. Libras. Libra, please remember this week to like not overextend yourself, not don't overreach, don't overdo it this week, please. Needing to really stay grounded and really needing to stay committed to one thing. Whether this is a project, whether this is work, whether this is your finances, your career, like don't try to take on too much right away. There may be the beginning of the beginning of a foundation, the beginning of something that just started, whether this was a job, whether again this was a relationship, whatever it is, something is just starting. So learn to navigate the beginning stages of whatever this is, right? So like if you just started a job, if you just started a new career, like focus on working like your current hours, right? Whether you were hired for 32 hours, whether you were hired for 40 hours, whether you were hired for 20 hours, whatever it is, like focus on getting into that rhythm before you start adding more to your plate, before you start adding more responsibility to your plate. Does that make sense? Right? If you just started talking to someone, get into that field of talking to them, get into that field of dating them. Do not jump from like talking to you to like being in a full-blown relationship with someone. Again, there is a pattern here that you tend to, when things are starting to look very good for you, when things are starting to go in the way that you want them to, you tend to take on more than what you should, and then everything collapses. Then everything starts to go in a direction that you don't want it to be. And then it feels like you're trying to catch everything as it's falling. And then we go into this spiraling energy of like, this always happens. Like, nothing never lasts. Like, good things never last. And this and that. And I'm so stressed. And I'm so this. And it's like, no, it's like, this is the pattern that you get into. These are the spaces where you tend to forget to respect your own boundaries. You tend to forget to honor yourself, to honor what it is that you have said. So, you know, remember, or always remember, that when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So let's say if you are to be at work at 8 o'clock and they need, for the next week, they want you to come in at 6 or 7 or whatever it is. Ask yourself, okay, what am I going to say no to that I normally do between 6 and 7, right? Am I going to say no to my workout? Am I going to say no to my sleep? And if I'm going to say no to my sleep and my workout, is there a way that then I can rearrange it and do it later? Right? Or is that something that is going to be sacrificed completely? And you have to be honest with yourself with what it is that you're willing to sacrifice. But why is it that I'm saying it? I'm saying it so that then 6 months down the road, when you're still spiraling, you're not asking yourself as to why. It started in this moment when you decided to say no to yourself in order to say yes to someone else. And yes, I get it. Sometimes there are certain things that require a little bit more. There's sometimes emergency when you need to cover or whatever it is. But just make sure that you're not making it a habit of saying no to yourself. Right? All right. Your your closing message is number 35, a tall tale, and body and soul, number 5. So you're needing to be completely honest with yourself. Do not gaslight yourself into giving up on yourself. Do not gaslight yourself into putting yourself second or putting or treating yourself as a second class citizen in your own life. Okay. Be completely honest with you. If you feel at this moment in time that working more hours or overdoing it in certain spaces is something that you can manage, and if you are okay with what it is that you're sacrificing, and when I say are you okay with it, I'm not talking about just mentally. How is your body responding to the changes that you want to make, to the things that you want to overtake during this time? Scorpios, Scorpios. Things are lingering, things are standing, things are being seen but not addressed. There are things that are coming up. There are things that Spirit is showing you. There are things that Spirit is saying, hey, Scorpio, can we work in this space? Can we address or can we at least acknowledge these spaces within you? It's weird because they're showing me like the tree of life and then they're showing me like the 7 main chakra colors, but they're faded and they're behind. They're faded and they're behind the screen or behind everything. They're like so forgotten that it's almost kind of like, wait, is that what I'm seeing? And it's like there's something here about balance and structural that wants to come into your life, but a lot of you are just ignoring it. You're not wanting to face what is in those spaces. There are things about your past that you don't even remember, but whenever you think about addressing them, they scare you into a space of like not wanting to go into them. And and the funny thing is that there are certain things that you're navigating during this time in your life. You're trying to get certain areas in your life in order, right? You're trying to get your finances, your career, your romantic life, and whatever this is here. This could be like your health or whatever it is. But you're meeting resistance in these areas for many different reasons, and they are all tied to certain things from the past. And I am picking them up more from like childhood. And what I'm trying to say is like sometimes there are traumas that we suppress. And I can tell you because there was something that came up a couple of years for me that I was like, what? I had no recollection of this. Um, but anyways, when we are ready to finally face it, or we're ready to at least acknowledge it, right? Um, we begin to be triggered by things that we don't understand why they're triggering us. And it is like a path or a line being connected to that one event or that one thing. And one of the things that I will say is you can always ask spirit to be like, hey, when I'm ready to dive into that spiritually, mentally, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally and physically, then I am open to it. Because what tends to happen is sometimes people dive into these spaces when a part of them is not ready, and then you can get into some issues here, right? People can end up in like, spiritual psychosis. People can end up being like suicidal and it's super depressed and all of these things. So if the urgency or the feeling there of navigating a space of your childhood is coming up and it scares you or it brings up some type of fear, then maybe finding a therapist, maybe speaking to a therapist, maybe speaking to someone to help you navigate that area so that so that you're able to do it in a safe space, and in a way that feels right to you. I hope that makes sense. Um, and for others of you, this fear is nothing more than things that you have been holding back to talk on. There are certain things that you want to say that you want to voice. So I need you to hear that. So for those of you that this is not specifically trauma that happened as a child, there is a fear here around talking or speaking your truth within a space, and you're being invited to navigate that. We have the number 34 as your closing message, opening to discovery. Opening to discovery. Again, there's something here that wants your attention, wants to be acknowledged and wants to be seen. And for those of you that you feel that you're ready, or maybe you feel like you're ready to discover this part of you, again, I say it and there's no shame in it. Maybe doing it with like a therapist or someone in a specific field to help you navigate that space. Okay. And for others of you, it's just freaking talking, using your freaking throat chakra. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Why do I keep on want to saying cusp? Like I say Sagittarius and I keep on hearing Sagittarius Capricorn or Sagittarius cusp. Some of you may be dealing with a cusp, or maybe you are a cusp sign and maybe you don't know what a cusp sign is, or maybe you don't believe in cusp signs. And maybe if you go ahead and you listen to those readings, it may resonate a little bit better with you. Because again, I keep hearing like there's something that keeps on missing when you're watching readings or when you're looking for clarity. There seems to be an aspect of something or an answer or something that you're searching that nobody is really like tapping into, or nobody's really getting. And I feel as maybe some of you may be a cusp sign, or you may be a day before a cusp sign and you're still picking up the energy. It also depends on your actual birth chart, depending on like when you were born, like the time and all of that. So again, I'm just going to put that out there for those of you that are questioning or wondering. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's dive into this. Yeah, there is, and I feel that with that being said, there is a discovery or rediscovering like who you are or what your archetype is. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe there's parts of you that you want to discover, you want to get to know at a deeper level. So this may be, within astrology or why do I keep on hearing like the human design? What is the website for the human design? Give me a second. What is it called? Is that what it's called? Human, if it's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so it's the human design chart. Maybe something else that you may be able to go like, look at that may help you. Again, you're wanting to know more, or you're wanting to learn more about the spiritual aspect of yourself based on either astrology or another form of something. I don't know. That's the way that it's coming up. And what is interesting here is like there is this space where spirit just wants you to honestly like diving deeper into like the curiosity of the things that are coming up for you, and not needing to put labels or putting so much structure or anything. Like this is your phase or your space of your spiritual journey where you're supposed to be following your curiosity and seeing where it leads you, and really allowing your spirit to choose the things that it actually wants to dive into a little deeper. And as we're saying that, we have the storyteller um, card come up for you, right? So this whole, for a lot of you, your spirituality or the aspects of it is a new thing. It's a new storyline. It's a new story. It's a new journey, and you're being invited to dive into it with curiosity, not labeling, not putting yourself in a box. Because a lot of people, when they leave like constructive structural religion, they go ahead and they put themselves in a spiritual box. Um, so kind of be aware of that. And I don't know why it's not a Pepsi, but every time I keep on looking at this ink thing, I keep on thinking of a Pepsi. I don't know. Maybe a Pepsi has something to do. Maybe it's your favorite soda, whatever it is. But anyways, yeah, this is your opportunity to write a new story, to allow yourself or to allow this new story to unfold. Capricorns. Oh, that's pretty good. There's a lot of things here. There's a lot of moving parts for you guys this week. There is a balancing or a foundation that has landed is what I'm picking up. Something has formed roots, or something is finally bearing the fruits that it needs to. And what is interesting is that you are over here, Capricorn, focusing on your next project or focusing on the next whatever, and something is finally taking off, or finally something is giving, again, yielding the fruits that it should, or yielding the fruits that you that were that were promised or something of that matter. So there is, I am picking that this is more like your finances or your career, like something is finally balancing out, something is finally coming in. Now, as I do say that, oh my God, that is so beautiful. There is this, and I'm going to describe it because I don't know exactly what this is. There is this feminine energy that I'm seeing right here. And she has what looks like, uh, it's like an armor, but it's weird because like the armor is almost kind of like a cape. I don't know. Give me a second. But it's like this very feminine warrior energy that is with you at all times. What is that behind her? It's, I'm sorry, I'm trying to describe what it is that I'm seeing because like I have not seen this detailed of a thing before. Her hair is falling down. It's almost kind of like parted to the side, leaning more to the right, and she's standing up looking forward, but with her left arm she has it kind of like leaned back, like going like towards the back, and she's holding a sword. But the way that the sword is positioned, it's like she's holding the sword back, but the sword itself is like at an angle, and the tip of the sword is behind the left ankle. Why am I saying all of this? I have no idea. I'm just letting you know that this is the way that she is showing up. um Give me a second, because it is, I have not seen this before, if that makes sense. Like I haven't seen her before. Like I don't, and if I have, I haven't like paid close attention to her. Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna set the intention that whoever this warrior is lets me know who she is, like in my dreams. It may not be something that is directly connected with me, and that's probably why I can't pick it up. But maybe the reason why I'm describing it the way that I'm describing it is so that you know, like, yes, this is the warrior that is with you. Yes, this is the energy that you've been picking up. This energy, or this warrior energy, has been with you your entire life. I feel that you feel the presence more when you're having challenging times, or when you speak with authority. Whenever you speak with authority over your life, this is the energy that makes way for what it is that you're speaking over your life. I hope that that makes sense. Um, and I know that I didn't say much. I made you guys wait more than anything, but now I'm intrigued. I want to know what goddess this is. Um, Sacred Reverence is your card. Again, there is a covenant between you and this goddess warrior energy. For some of you, this warrior energy also, like the cape, the reason why the cape looks a little like, it's almost kind of like there is a cape. There was a cape on it. That, but it's like it's weird because the part of the cape that was on the shoulders was like an armor, right? Like whatever material that is, whether it is metal, whatever it is that they used to use. But for some of you, this warrior also has wings. You may see them like in dreams or in visions with wings, and not necessarily see their face, or whatever it is. But for whoever this message is going to resonate, there is a, like a coven, a promise, a connection to this energy, and it is a she energy. Um, is the one that definitely comes through when you speak with authority over your life, Capricorn. I don't know. That is all I have, babe. Aquarius. Aquarius this week. I don't know. There's a lot of arguing or a lot of like misunderstanding this week within your household. Whether it is that you live with a significant other, or you live with children, with parents, whatever it is, there is just like a lot of chaos, or uh, a lot of blah type of energy. For those of you that have like small children or something like that, it's like, two or three of your kids or all of your kids getting sick all at once. So there is like a higher level of stress that is circulating your home life this week. This may be, having a very heavy disagreement or whatever it is with someone that you live at home with. Again, I am picking up a stressful energy when it comes to a home environment. Um, Definitely revolving around children. There are children that look up to you, or somebody in the household that depends on you. They depend on you to, pay the bills or cook or whatever it is. There is a level of expectation, of people looking up to you within a household. And some of you just kind of want to catch a break. Some of you just kind of want some help. Um, so this is like, again, within a relationship or a connection where you're just asking your significant other, like, hey, I really need some help. I can't continue, like, especially like if the kids are sick, or like if you're sick or something like that. there again, there's a stress level here that it's being that is very, it seems very overwhelming, at least during this week. Um, all right, let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card as your closing message. Roots of abundance. So what I like about this card is like the root of abundance for you guys is the fact that if you speak clearly, or you ask spirit clearly as to what it is that you want during the season, or how it is that you want things to unfold or to navigate within your home life, spirit is going to deliver. But you need to ask. You need to ask, and you need to set the foundation of what it is that you want your household to look like, what it is that you want your household to feel like. Because again, the way that a household has been set up or has been like going up to this point is not something that is sustainable for you anymore. Pisces. Pisces, you're wanting to close the doors, close the blinds, close everything. Um, there's something that is getting you into your emotions this week, or you're getting into a space of like wanting to go deeper or dive deeper into some type of healing or some type of wound that keeps on coming up, and you're wanting to address it. So you are, for some of you, you're like actively going into a space of like healing, or you're actively going into a space of, or maybe you're coming out of that space. I don't know, because it feels a little like this week you kind of want to be left alone to deal or to process, to integrate is what I'm picking up. For those of you that didn't actively take the space or the time to go into this healing space or something of that matter, um, you're feeling very overwhelmed, or you're feeling like something wants to be addressed within you, but you're not exactly sure what it is. So you are isolating yourself, or you're secluding yourself as you work through these emotions. But it is an emotional week for you. And again, because these are collective readings, it is going to be different things for you guys, for every single one of you. What I do like though, here we have the number 19, the waking lion. This, whatever it is that you're dealing with emotionally, whatever it is that is coming up, whatever it is that you're trying to integrate, whatever it is that has triggered you, or whatever it is something to help you grow. It is an energy that you are to transmute into creating the life that you want. Whatever this painful thing is, whatever this challenging wound, um, whatever this challenging healing space um, is this space or this energy is happening to help you evolve and grow into the version of yourself that gets to create the reality that you want, gets to create the reality that you dream of. And there's something about owning the space that is here in this space in order to be able to stand tall and stand in the way of like authority, in a way of being. I don't know, guys. That's just the way it's coming in. Well, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.